All right, everyone, welcome to tonight's study group. So we're going to be studying uh, the triple aspect of Spiritism according to the workbook that we are following. It's going to be my first time presenting anything to the group, so yeah, bear with me. And so let's go. Yeah. So the triple aspect of Spiritism, is regarded simultaneously, the Spiritism is regarded simultaneously as a philosophy, a science, and a religion. So it's something that we talk a lot in the books, or talked a lot in the books and in our meetings, that we try to join all those three aspects together so that they can all benefit from one another, and we have like a better, a more complex, a better understanding of all the topics that evolve with Spiritism. So Kardec said that Spiritism is a science that deals with nature, the origin and the destiny of spirits, and their relation to the corporeal world. So that relationship is taken with those three aspects. So old questions like where we came from, where we're going, and how does things work between us and the spiritual world. Spiritism tries to explain that through those three aspects. So the philosophy, so why three pillars? The philosophy, it tackles the moral consequences of the relationship and communication between the spiritual world, the spiritual and the physical world. So they go deep on those moral questions of how does things started and how the things work between the two worlds. The science exposes the laws that governs everything and everyone, not only the people on Earth. So it's a science that gets not only the laws, for example, of gravity or inertia or something like that. It tackles more the laws that governs the whole universe per se. So it's not something that will work only on Earth, but only in all other worlds and in the whole universe. And in religion, the faith in God, the faith in the morals that each person will develop with time, and without courts or rites or temples, because Spiritism doesn't believe that those kinds of process will make the person benefit of anything. So it's something more based on the mind and the use of the knowledge to better ourselves. So the philosophy, a new field of knowledge. So mankind started to think about the mysteries of life, like where we came from, where we're going, and all those questions since the beginning of life. And in modern time, we have starting to get the knowledge to start to test those theories. So the science or the science and the philosophy will start to evolve so much that we can start to, instead of having to accept those things, and we can think about it and really put our thoughts to it and like really think about, is that really the right thing to do? It's really the wrong thing to do? Why? So philosophy helps us to get on that path. And like that, through analysis and selection of communication, use the universal criteria to test and examine the spirit's knowledge and communications for their veracity. So he didn't just took the words for it. He tried and tested all those communications to make sure that they were like correct or faithful. So that's what we call the reasoned faith. So Spiritism always asks why. Why is this happening? You know, those pesky kids that keep on asking like, why this, why that? So that's how I see Allan Kardec doing all the questions. And it's funny because sometimes on Spirit's book, especially, you see that Allan Kardec starts to question too much, and the spirits like say, enough for now, like let me finish what I'm saying, and then after that you can continue. But it's good to have this type of questions, the search for the knowledge, because then you do not accept things as the face value. You go after it, and you go after the real meaning, so that you can understand you and you can follow.
Me, I cannot touch to raise my hand because I'm away the computer today to give Alex the space. I think for me, the philosophy is why I chose Spiritism as my religion and my source to keep my faith. And I think for you guys that all know me, every time I present something, I always joke about it. Like, I would rather people go out of the Spirit Center after we finish, like, a lecture or whatever we are doing, with more doubts, on a sense, like, if we raise more questions that make you search and find the answers by yourself, because we are not here, like when we study, when we read a book, it's not like, okay, give us like guidance, but it's up to us to let that touch our hearts and resonate with our faith, with what we are prepared to accept and and practice. I myself, I grew up on on a Christian church, like a Presbyterian church, and like where you have to accept Jesus and be baptized and all of that. And I never want to be baptized because I never accept what the priest always tells us by the altar. Not all of it, but part of that I accepted and like resonate with me. But part of what they present and say, you have to be this, you have to do that, or whatever, I was like, I don't think God is like that. So I always was a bit, what is the word? Skeptic. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. So usually I used to go to the church and just listen to the thing that was good for me. And the rest I was just like, yeah, that's enter for one side of my ears and gets to the other side. But then when I met Alex, he introduced the Spiritism to me. And I was very judgmental towards it because I grew up in the church, and like anything that was remotely spiritual, talks to spirits or anything like with mediumship and blah, blah, blah. Even though today, like knowing Spiritism, I look back and I say, well, the church works with mediumship as well. It's just like a different wording, but they do work with mediumship and other things as well, like healing passes when they say they're praying towards you. But then the philosophy part of the Spiritism is what kind of grab my heart and make me make the decision. Okay, this is for me. This is how I want to be intimate with God. This is what makes my heart sing and say, okay, I think I found the way to keep my faith and develop my faith and my relationship with God. So for me, the philosophy part of the Spiritism, because the faith I always had, because I grew up in a very Christian family. The science is good, but to be honest, sometimes I got a bit difficult for me to understand the science part, especially when I try to read the Genesis. But the philosophy part of the Spiritism for me was when my heart really like, okay, you find your path to, develop your relationship with God. Sorry, it took too long to say that. I'm out.
Alex, just one thing. If you want to use the full screen, you can beside the cog. See the cog there? There are two arrows. You click there. No, the other one. Yeah, click there. If you click there, it will go to full screen. Ooh. And then you just use the arrows up and down. Yep.
Thanks, Jacques.
No worries.
All right. So yeah, so asking questions why and like trying to understand. Of course, we're not gonna have the knowledge to understand everything, but it's always good for you to try to understand most of it, so that you can get your bearings and like keep on reading, keep on bettering yourself. So the fundamentals of Spiritism are those five things are the basis of Spiritism. So existence of God, existence of spirits and their survival after death, reincarnation, multitude of inhabited worlds, and communicability of the spirits. So these are the essential part of the Spiritism, and all the knowledge that we read on the books and what we study comes from those five topics.
Can I say something, please?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, two things that are interesting there is that the existence of God is the existence of something overall. Spiritism doesn't define what is God. Even the spirits, they confess themselves. It's a superior intelligence, and that's it. And people think that some people think we even have God on us, and then comes the Eunice, yeah. I think
Oneness.
Oneness, yes. And the second thing is about the existence of spirits, but mainly the reincarnation. So that's two things: spirits in the reincarnation. We come back, which define us or differentiate us from the Catholics, the others, which believes the spirit then go sleep and stay there until or others that are things in a different way. Okay, and there are other as well sub fundaments that says spirit never how can I say go back. It always evolves. It can
Always evolves.
Yeah, it can stop. It can stop on time, depending on how you take the opportunity when you are incarnated, even in the spiritual worlds, to progress. But you never go back, which as well differentiates Spiritism from some Hindus that think that they come back as a dog, or something else. So those are quite interesting, important fundamentals of Spiritism. Sorry, Alex. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so something that you said about the existence of God, I think one of the questions that I like most of the Book of Spirits is that I think the first question that asks, they do not ask who is God, they ask what is God. So it's that they want to know, to grasp that thing. They do not say that God is a person. Like they want to understand what is it. And yeah, we can't understand it till today, but that's a very interesting way of putting the question to the spirits. All right, so Spiritism is a philosophy that offers explanation of life. So I said before, like trying to explain like where do we came from, where are we, where are we going, why are things happening to me now? Why did things happen before? What's going to happen to me if I do this or if I do that? So all those questions are tackled in the specific books that started in Allan Kardec, and then now we have plenty others. So that's something that the philosophy tries to explain through different methods, from romances to like not scientific, but very detailed explanations, so that we can understand a little bit more how does those things go to. So everything is in the philosophy is interconnected with religion because it studies the base of all things, that God, that's the soul and the future life. So the experimental part is found in the Medium book. So furthermore, you can always research that by other books like André Luiz and Divaldo Franco and all other spiritists that are very famous for writing books, Chico Xavier, etc. Let's see. So the scientific method, the science is a scientific method. So that's what Kardec used on all his communications. So he didn't just grab the communications, the first one that he received, and use that one. He used the methodology to understand and to see if that was true, or he was being told some lies, or like being tricked to any point. Um, So-
Just a second.
yes.
Just a second. Because there is the word the positive science, right? The positive science is not the science that is positive, but it's a way of thinking that started with Augusto Comte that searches for positive answers. So it's just if I say to you this is wide, you want to see really if it's wide, because if you look in the other way, it's thin. So is this. So that is a knowledge based on facts that we can observe, right? So that's the moment that Kardec writes there about spiritism. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcel. So there was always being mediumistic phenomena since the beginning of the known life. So always hinted with the spiritual life. Spiritism appeared at a time that this phenomena and the intellectual maturity of people were being like trending. So there was a lot of those seances, for example, that were happening in Europe, especially, and those phenomena were starting to spread across the Europe and the whole globe. And sorry, I lost my thought. So, and people, since the people started to get more intelligent or more studied, they started to question those things, like why is this table starting to float, or something starting to knock? Like, why is this happening? Why there's like someone writing on a paper like that doesn't know how to write, or all those phenomena. So this was kind of what Kardec did. He got the science methodology to study every of those phenomena and try to explain rationally how does that work. Of course, linking it to the spiritual life with the spirits to get that into the book. So that's experimental parts found on the Medium's book, where it explains what each part of that works. How does the communication between the spirit and the person on the physical world work? How does that the spirit attune with it, or how can he like move a table or write through the person, or any other of those phenomena?
And just one compliment, if you let
Yes, please.
allow me. If you want, guys, to see the science, how science is included, it's part of the speeches. Read the Genesis book. The Genesis book, it's science, and give us a lot of information about the way the universe is, the way the Earth was created, and a lot of other components that it's quite impressive even for that time of the 17th century. Obviously, it was dictated part from the spirits. However, one thing that's very important in Spiritism and on the Spiritists believe, and the spirits have said, the spirits never put frontward any new thing, any new knowledge, because it's part of the law of progress that humans, do it. Humans get this naturally, what the spirits gave us was some explanations that was necessary to understand the whole process, even the process of mediumship, how a spirit manifests through us using our physical components like glands and stuff, but not more than that. Right? Sorry.
That's right. I think there is a book by, I think it was Chico Xavier, by André Luiz, that do this like very detailed as well. I don't remember the name of the book, but it is like very complex, and like you really have to read like 2-3 times to understand like what he's saying, because he goes into the fine details of of the connections between spirits and the humans, like basic explanations like a TV and receiving like the information from a satellite, for example. So he goes on to those details, explaining exactly what is happening. So it's pretty great to have those knowledges. So science and spiritism complement one another. Science without spiritism is unable to explain certain specific phenomena. So there are some things that spiritism already tell us what is happening, but the science didn't get evolved enough to explain it. So the same applies to spiritism. You would not have the credibility that it has without the confirmation of science. And as I think it was on the Spirits book that says, if science says one thing and spiritism says another, you go with science, because science was the God-given talent to people to study and understand those things. And I read something, I was researching, I don't remember what I was researching, and I came across a question that was, according to science, what is the likelihood of God existing? And there's a 67% chance of God exists according to science. So yeah, it's pretty good odds. So religion in moral improvements. So the primitive people couldn't explain all the natural phenomena that were happening, like the eclipses or like a volcano exploding. So they all attribute that to a superior power, and they began to revere and worship that God, like God of thunder, God of the volcanoes, and all the God of sun. So because they didn't understand, they didn't have knowledge. So for them, that was magic. And spiritism doesn't have that external form of worship. So it doesn't worship a religion, not a religion, different things like Mother Nature or clergy, or it doesn't have like a pope. It does have God and have an explanation of other things. We know that there are a different level of spirits, if I can say like that. So some more evolved, some other that are still getting the knowledge to get there. But we all go and follow to get closer to God. So the principal function of the religion is to have this connection between the creature and or the creator and the creation. So to have this deep emotion and feeling between those two entities, so that we can feel this attachment to it and can have like a beacon to. Oh, too much. Anyone want have some comments? Anything?
I do.
Go for it.
Can I keep quiet? No. For the English-speaking people, right? Your religion. There was a discussion that for English-speaking people, religion means a club, a team, the way you wear your clothes, the way you pray, etc. And for we that we don't have English as our first language, religion is just a way of thinking and living. What you guys think?
Yes, I get your point, Marcelo. It seems that the world over likes to identify with a common light, a common energy, a common spirit. So it will dictate. It will automatically dictate how we live and what we choose and why we choose. This is religion, isn't it? It almost herds us together to form a collective. And in the Old Testament, you see the first 5 books that are written supposedly by Moses and his closest, that stipulate how a new society should be, how it needs to operate. So when you look at the books of Deuteronomy and Numbers, we are given how much money you should spend on buying a goat, or how you should treat your children if they are disobedient, and if you should circumcise your children because of the hygiene issues that are at the forefront of maintaining a healthy society. So all of these things were validated by religion, by the, almost with a stamp of approval. These stipulations came from God. Yes. And so a culture, a tradition, but also a firm religion was founded. Was it based on what actually was channeled by spirits, not by spirits, channeled, yes, channeled through to Moses and his followers? Was it channeled, or was it the wisdom of those that were creating the initial community of the Israelites, the Jewish community? Yes, yes. It is almost as if we are given a stamp of approval if we say God said this or the Spirit said that. And so we formulate a community surrounding that. And in that respect, I do sense that Spiritism is, in a way, very, very similar. Yes, yes. What is remarkable about Spiritism is that it is an evolving philosophy. And the spirits tell us that more information is to come, and that if something is outdated, then it can be changed. It is very clearly stated that it is an evolving understanding of the world and the worlds beyond this one. Yes, I can't say I responded well to your statement, Marcelo, but yes, yes.
No, you don't, but everything is fine.
Okay.
Because for what we use when we're talking to English speaking people, we say that this, instead of using the word religion, we say high morals, right? Is a scientific philosophy with that results in high morals. Yeah, and this is the thing that I think, because I fully agree with you, right? So hygiene and the way you have to grow our children and the way that is written in a book is the way you have to obey, is a law, right? And you're going to be judged by this law. And this is something that's just,
Yes.
It's not exactly.
Yes, yes.
All right. Thanks, Colleen. Thanks, Marcelo.
Yes, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yes, yes. In the English speaking world, I sense I am generalizing, but there is such what is it? It is almost a stigma that is attached to belonging to a particular faith. It can be good or it can be bad depending on who you are speaking to. But yes, unfortunately, it shuts off a lot of people. But for Spiritism, I do sense that because it is a philosophy and complements all religions right across the board, then it is something that can be discussed openly and freely, because it is a growing complementary text and philosophy. Yes, and as we know, so much is constantly written and channeled by extraordinary mediums. It is so impressive to see how much is written. We cannot read it all, but the communications from the spirit world are constant. But what the Spiritism says to us is that we don't need this either, that we can turn to, yes, the spirit within, and all will be revealed. Yes. Yes, sorry. Yes.
Me.
Now you save yourself with this very good answer.
That's one of the things, talk about religion, that I went to a couple of spirit centers since, like, I consider myself a spiritist. But that is one of the beauties of past for myself, that is still kind of keep my faith on keeping study and doing things, because there allow us to see the beauty in other religions or other philosophies or other way of thinking that just go to the same way as Jesus taught us, like love God above all and love your brothers and sisters as yourself. And when we say God love above all, you can translate that love the nature, love the world, because it's always part of the creation. So if you love and respect where you are, you not necessarily need to use the word God, because other religions and way of people and other ways of express their faith calls God on different names. But that's the beauty. And unfortunately, talking about religions, and not only on Spiritism, because that happens on spirit centers, happening on the Catholic Church and all other faiths, that some people seems like they don't see the beauty of adding more to them. They say, no, it is what it is. This is the way to go. And they don't see the beauty of just embrace the difference and embrace what is different way of thinking, because it will allow you to grow, because the only way to grow is to look beside you and see what someone is doing. Maybe you don't agree. I'm not saying what is right or wrong, but maybe you don't agree, but at least you have the knowledge about it to base your opinion on something. And sometimes you look on the other side and say, look, this is beautiful. I think this is going to be good for me. And then you can embrace a different way of living, and you're going to grow as a person on your community, on your religion, or like on your spiritual growth, or maybe in your community. So I think that's kind of getting the hook of Marcelo saying that's the problem. And sometimes people just stick to the religion, say, okay, it's just I'm a spiritist, so I have to stick with Kardec books. And no, you don't. You just look to the beauty. Like religion is the way of for me, religion is how you should, connect yourself with God, with the power that is bigger than yourself, and look the beauty that he created. Because if you believe he's the creator of all, that means everything that is out there, it's beautiful. Maybe it's not for you, but you should look and be grateful for that, because that is helping someone else to communicate with God. That's
Can I add another two aspects as well that Alex mentioned, at least one. One of them is the consoling aspect of the Spiritism. It's very important, because at the moment you accept the existence of spirits, you accept or at least consider seriously the reincarnation, and then the explanation how a spirit evolved, etc. You immediately have tons of hope, tons of not more regrets or judgments, self-judgment and self-forgiveness. And you as well don't think that when you die you're gone, or those who actually gone forever. So this is hope. This is the consolation. And another thing as well is the inclusivity of the philosophy and the spiritism. It doesn't exclude anyone, nobody, for getting there, for being good, for being. Another thing is the good and bad that it doesn't exist. It's very hard to tell me to explain that this dichotomy shouldn't exist. However, it's a how can I say it's a human not efficiency but limits that
The label.
yeah, the label, my limitations, a human limitation that needs to classify everything between. It's either good or bad. It's not good or bad. It's an experience. It's beyond the classification. So that's another aspect of spiritism. That's why I embrace it.
Except coriander. Coriander exact bad experience.
Coriander, cucumber. Yes.
All right, thank you, everyone. So, religion, moral improvements.
Oh,
Yep. So, Spiritism claims. Sorry. So, the religious is a part of Spiritism that is contained in the God. The religious part of Spiritism is contained in the Gospel according to Spiritism, at least on the 5 initial books from Allan Kardec, and it gets the morals are explaining according to the Bible. So it gets a lot of passages from the Bible and it does that explanation according to Spiritism. What does that mean, or how can you get the soul of that passage into your life? Come on, not working. Oh, there you go. So Spiritism claims to be the third revelation from God. So the first one was through Moses, so one God and one justice. The second one was Jesus, the law of love, and the third one, it said that it is the Spiritist doctrine. So I think the Spiritist doctrine, so that's my take on it. It's a part of it, so it's something to push a little bit the humanity to just try to do that reasonable thinking, reasoned thinking. So it starts to ask questions. Why does the Bible says this way? Why doesn't say the other way? Why can't I eat this shrimp? Why can I eat this or that? So there's something that it helped humanity to just start to put that or how do we say in Brazil, that flea behind the ear. So get that nagging for like, why is this written this way? Couldn't they have written the other way? Or is this book correct? Is that guy correct? Why did Jesus talk like that? Why did he do this? So all those things you have to start to question, and someone or something have to give that initial push for you to start. Yeah, that makes sense. I can try to study this and see if we can get to the bottom of that. So science, philosophy, and religion. So science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. So that's our friend Albert Einstein saying that everything that we are saying now, like religion by itself, can make you accept things without thinking. So always use that reasonable thinking. Even within Spiritism, like if someone tells you something that it's not quite right, ask why, go after the books. It's the best form of knowledge. It's you to build your own critic to the topic. So as a science, Spiritism is allied to religion. As a philosophy, it has religious consequences. And as a religion, without contradicting the laws of nature, it does not stand in the way of progress and will be invulnerable. So he said that because if you put that in perspective, it's always one chasing the other, so one correcting the other and putting us in the correct path. So if you get one that starts to deviate from it, the other two starts to question, so why does the religious part is doing that? So you go through science and philosophy, like how can we explain this? So this will form a circle and we'll get you this invulnerable, or get to the correct path. Oh, too much. So Spiritism is and ever must be essentially progressive. That's what we're talking about right now by Marcelo, Jackson, and Colleen. So you have always to evolve. You can see, like, even from the books that are from Allan Kardec, that's like 200, 300 years old, they're saying about how bad, or how does duels work and how bad it is. And like, that's something that by today's standards doesn't exist, at least that we know of. So you have always to evolve and like get things that doesn't work anymore. You can let it go and use only the parts that work. So because it goes hand in hand with science, it's ever evolving. So like we said in the beginning, if science says one thing and Spiritism says otherwise, just follow science and you will be right. Oh, like Australian said, she'll be right. If new truth is revealed, it accepts it. So Genesis. So since Spiritism touches in the three aspects and every person leans towards different points, like I said, she got in love with Spiritism by the philosophy part. I really love about the science part because I'm like a science-minded person. So every person tackles Spiritism different ways. Like you usually follow one principle more than the others. And that's a great thing, because if you are using the scientific method or the science to study Spiritism, you're going to start to find something different and you're going to add to the Spiritism. Same thing as a person that tackles it on the philosophy light, and you're going to evolve Spiritism. Same thing on the religions path. So every of those aspects get studied and gets better by people. And this is what makes Spiritism great. It's an ever-evolving, it's ever-evolving philosophy, religion, science that will get everybody to move that towards its final form. And I think that's it. Got to the quiz. I don't think we do the quiz, do we? No. I think everybody studied correctly, and I'm gonna pass everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, just a reminder. This is like this study was developed to, like, to form new people on the Spirit Center. So they have quiz so people can engage on more. It's more like to make people engage on conversation and discuss on the class, but like we're already doing here, so it's open to questions. Anyone have anything else would like to add, or any questions, any comments? You can open your mic. Come on, people, don't be shy. Nah. So I think it was pretty good. Let's say well done to Alex, his first night presenting.
Thank you.
Alex, you did good. I'm so proud of him.
And welcome to Roberta. Well, hello, Roberta.
Yeah, Roberta. Welcome. So
Can I add one thing more? Sorry.
You can.
time's up. Now you can.
Yeah. No. This is. Oh, his time is up already.
No, I'm joking.
He doesn't want the camera on.
No. This is just about the
Probably a bad hairstyle.
This is about the Spiritism, the Gospel according to Spiritism. The base is the Sermon of the Mountain, which is the Gospel, right? And according to the main, I say the religion, the first religion that took Jesus, Jesus, teachings and parables and discussions was the Catholic. And the Catholic religion, it doesn't accept after those meetings the councils. They at certain point they just banned the idea of reincarnation, right? So if you read the gospel according to Spiritism, there the story it's told including possibility and the ways Jesus mentioned or spoke about reincarnation. There are some examples where one asked him if they said, "Oh, for you to go to the kingdom of the heaven, you need to reborn again." And then the person. Anyone remembers who is the? I don't remember.
Nicodemus.
Nicodemus, yes, Nicodemus says he was one of the big scribes and said, "Oh, I need to go back to my mom's womb." He said, "No." Yeah, he said, "No. You need to go back. You need to Then I don't remember. He said, and then there is the explanation through by Kardec. There is some explanations for the spirits. Some spirits says that this is in fact the reincarnation. You can reborn and then evolve and reborn and evolve and reborn until you reach the point where you are fit for the spiritual world. So the kingdom of heaven is how can I say that? A way of saying that it's a superior way of living as a spirit. So we are in a living as a spirit, which we then goes to a body, and then we have this body as a device for us to learn, to evolve, and you go back to the spiritual world. There we as well evolve, but back again until we reach a point with moral and knowledge that we then go to other worlds. Will be then my theme. I always talk about the multiple worlds. So this is another thing with the gospel according to Spiritism, is how would the explanation of what Jesus said will be if you consider reincarnation. Where is this sitting there on the words of Jesus? Okay, that's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Jason.
Anyone else? No? All right, so now we are going to the final and second part of the night. Thank you all for participating. Honestly, it's been really good. This is our third night, open, and it's been good. We have more people joining, and even though we start with the basics of Spiritism, it's always something for us to refresh our memory or to learn, and so it's been amazing. If you didn't have the time to bring your water with you, I will give you a minute to get your water organized. So while we do our meditation, you can have your water energized. In spirit, we are connected, so the water right next to you, it's going to receive all the energy that our spiritual team, it's going to be visiting you. It's already with you, but the water is going to be receiving the things that you need. So take a minute to bring a glass of water or a jug so you can share with your family, so we can have their water energized. So it's a sense for us to receive all the blessings. So yeah, Alex.
Organize a little bit of music on the background. I'll be guiding us on through a meditation. Will be around 10 minutes. Can you guys hear? Okay. Right. Welcome everybody to this moment of stillness. Let's all allow ourselves to find a comfortable seated position. Let your hands rest gently on your lap or by your sides. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, and begin to focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale. Feel the air as it moves in and out. Take a moment to check in with your body. Notice any areas of tension and begin to release them, letting go with every exhale. Now, gently bring your attention to your feet. Notice any sensations there. Are your feet warm, cold, tense, relaxed? Allow your feet to soften, letting go of any tightness. Slowly bring your awareness up through your legs, to your knees, your thighs, and hips. With each breath, allow each part of your body to relax and soften. Keep your breath slowly and steady. Now bring your attention to your abdomen. With each inhale, allow your belly to expand, and as you exhale, feel it gently contract. Feel the rhythm of your breath moving through your body. Move your awareness up to your chest, your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. Let your shoulders drop and soften away from your ears. With every breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation. Finally, bring your attention to your neck, your face, and your head. Relax your jaw, your forehead, and the space between your eyebrows. Let go of any tension you might be holding in your face. Now bring your attention fully to your breath. Notice the coolness of the air as you inhale and the warmth as you exhale. Feel the rise and fall of your chest and abdomen. With each breath, know that you are grounding yourself in the present moment. If your mind begins to wander, that's completely okay. Gently guide your attention back to the sensations of your breath. You don't need to control it, just observe. Inhaling, exhaling. With every breath, you are nurturing yourself with calm and peace. Now imagine yourself in a peaceful, tranquil place. This could be a beach, a forest, a garden, or anywhere that brings you comfort. Picture yourself there, surrounded by beauty and serenity. Feel the air around you, how it feels against your skin. Hear the sounds of nature around you. Maybe you hear the gentle rustling of leaves, or the soft rhythm of waves on the shore. Maybe birds. Let those sounds soothe you, bringing you deeper into relaxation. Feel safe, feel calm, and at ease in this space. It's your space. With each breath, imagine that you are breathing in the peaceful energy of this place. As you exhale, you are letting go of any stress or worry. Allow yourself to soak in the serenity of this moment. As you sit in this peaceful space, gently repeat the following affirmation to yourself, either silently or aloud. I am calm. I am grounded. I am at peace. Let those words resonate within you. Feel them fill your entire being. Allow them to wash over you, soothing your mind and body. Keep on with your breathing in energy, breathing out stress, breathing out any ill feelings, any discomfort that you have. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to the room around you. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch your arms or legs if that feels good. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, take a deep breath in and out. Take this energy with you as you move through your night. Carry this peace with you. Open your eyes and feel refreshed. Thank you, everyone, for sharing this moment. Hope you guys feel more at peace now. And that's it for today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Next week will be me again, and we'll be speaking about.
We're gonna share on the WhatsApp the next subject so you can be aware. And if you have the chance to read prior our meeting, would be great. So you can have a grasp and a little what do you say? Sneak peek.
Sneak peek.
The sneak peek.
It's gonna be the introduction.
We're gonna share the folder. If you go to the
The existence of God. It's gonna be.
Yes, next week is existence of God. That's it.
Of course.
Okay, another thing, Alex, did you send sound through music?
I tried.
Yeah, no, I didn't receive anything.
Okay.
Yeah, probably needs to. I'm going